Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths, I know you'll hear that forgiveness is key and things of that nature. But realistically speaking, from my perspective, forgiveness should be done for the benefit of your own soul, right? And when you've dealt with a narcissist in your life, you know, their abuse is unimaginable, right? And it's like, you can't just put that to one side. You know, everything they'd done, you know, they kept going. You know, they didn't stop. They knew they were hurting you, and they just kept persisting. They just kept going. Whether that was in the form of, you know, you wanting closure, for example, you desiring to have a conversation with them or talk things through like adults, and they denied you that, you know, and they knew it was hurting you, you know. They knew that you saw them as someone important in your life, and you just needed a bit of closure and a sit down talk, and, you know, a tea or a coffee and talking things through, and they may have denied you that, you know. You see, the times when you just wanted them to stop the abuse, you know, or you pled with them to just stop the abuse, and they continued to persist, you know, whether that was in the form of them putting you down, and you told them, like, stop putting me down, and they carried on putting you down, or gaslighting you, you know, and maybe one day you figured them out a little bit and you said, now I've worked you out, and then they gaslit you on top of that, you know, made out it's all in your head. You see, you can't forget this stuff. They just kept going with it, right? And it really shows how sick these creatures are, how sick and twisted they are, that they maintain, you know, putting you through hurt, putting you through pain, despite all you've ever been for them is a good person, you know, the best of your ability. You're not perfect, but you tried your best by them, and all they wanted to do was put you through abuse and hurt you. And, you know, this is a real sadistic pleasure in them. You know, they were gratifying themselves off seeing you hurt and struggling and in pain. And this is how sick they are. So this is why, you know, if you are one of those people that have experienced a Hoover or a declaration of love, or them apologizing, it's like you can't put this stuff aside. I know that you're a good person, and, you know, many people think forgiveness is key. You know, a lot of what Jesus spoke about was forgiveness, and it's in the Bible, and forgiveness is key, and this and that. But it's like, I'm not saying that that's wrong, you know. To someone who's genuine, you know, who makes a mistake or does something wrong by you, you know, you can forgive them and go back to normal relationship. But with a narcissist in your life, you can't forgive them for what they put you through. You know, I don't think it's possible to forgive them and go back to a normal functioning relationship based on what they put you through. You know, it's really, really sick. Their mind is really, really sick. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Just like this video showing up for you, help it show up for someone else in the community that it may be a benefit to. Remember, if you want a one-to-one session and us to shed some light on your personal situation, you can always reach out and book one with me. The link is in the description box. But just think about this, right? There were times when you were really pleading and trying to make this abuse stop. You know, you were really trying to make this abuse stop. That's all you wanted. They would never, they didn't give up, you know. You were living with this day in and day out, you know, and I understand that, you know, sometimes when you're separate from them for a period of time, you might start reflecting back at the so-called good times or thinking they're not that bad. But you've got to realize that if you get back involved in this relationship, you're going to go through the whole repeat cycle again, right? Some of them put you through a, you know, brutal silent treatment, you know, or discarded you in the worst possible way. And you just can't forget that, you know. Like I was saying earlier on in the segment, you know, these narcissists that are involved in your life deliberately deny you closure to gratify themselves, to sadistically please themselves, you know, because they know it causes you suffering. They know it causes you pain, you know. And this is how they invoke their supply source from you, you know, by putting you through pain, by putting you through hurt, by putting you through misery. This is what feeds them supply, you know. And it's really, really sick. You just got to think about it from, imagine you were doing this to someone. Imagine you were deliberately putting someone through pain. You were deliberately hurting someone that hasn't wronged you, that hasn't done nothing wrong to you, that only loved you and cared about you and supported you. And you were deliberately hurting them and putting them through pain and making them suffer and not stopping, right? Just think how ill that is, you know? When you put it like that, like imagine you doing it to someone, it's unimaginable. You wouldn't do that to someone, right? And that's why all of you don't deserve to be going through this with the narcissist involved in your life. None of you deserve to be going through this. You know, they didn't want to stop. The narcissist knew they were hurting you. They're not stupid. As much as I call them dusty weirdos and fools and things of that nature, they do know that they are conscious that they're hurting you. They're conscious that they're hurting you. They're conscious that they're hurting your feelings. You know, some of you even told them that they were hurting your feelings. You know, and still they maintained wanting to cause you discomfort and pain and misery. You know, and they didn't stop. Right, and that just really honestly shows how sick and twisted and deranged these individuals are. It really shows it. It really heightens, you know, it brings to the surface exactly what they are. That was the wrong word I used, but it really shows, it highlights, that's what the word I was looking for. It highlights how sick and twisted and deranged they are, that they're willing to hurt you, put you through blame, you know, put the blame on you, make you feel like you're the problem. You know, they'll do all sorts of tactics, you know. They're really, really sick. So none of you should give them a second chance. I don't care if they come back begging. None of you should give them a second chance or a third chance, you know. Or however many chances, you know. Once you've realized that they're a narcissist in your life, you know, you need to make sure that they're gone for good. They don't deserve you. These narcissists do not deserve you. You know, they're completely sick and twisted. And these narcissists involved in your life were fully conscious that they were hurting you, making you suffer, putting you through pain. And they didn't want to let up. They wanted to continue on and drag you through the mud. You know, they're absolutely sick and twisted souls. So anyway, thanks for listening today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you want to donate, you don't have to, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can. Links in the description box below. For more narcissism-based content, check out our other channel. Links in the description box. Please visit the forums. One of them is Tips to Heal, and I'd love to find out what helps you on your journey. Please book a healing session with me if you need advice or some light shed on your situation. The Empath Monthly group meeting is coming up at the end of the month. Limited space is available. There's a WhatsApp group for survivors to stay in touch, I'm also doing email consultations if you need a plan of action. The links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. If you'd like to know more about God will rebuild you right in front of the people that broke you, click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.